All right, welcome in everybody. Jason, TCP Supersystem. I got a little special treat for you tonight. On the screen, you're going to see Solana, but I'm going to show you a different view. If you looked at my shorts today, we have created some advanced views inside of our TradingView platform where we can compare daily and weekly charts, applying the TCP Supersystem to both views. And having that crossover view is going to be extremely powerful going forward. And I'm going to show you what that looks like here right now. Before I do that, the system, signals, interpretations, trade logic, and my actions are not financial advice or recommendations to buy or sell. Please consult a licensed advisor before making any investment decisions. I'm just a guy on the internet. I know nothing. Caveat out of the way. Check this out. So what you're going to see now is two sets of the TCP Supersystem. On the left is our daily view. On the right is our weekly view. And I know this may be small, but I'll try to just watch the white cursor and those horizontal vertical lines, because wherever I am on one chart, it's going to show you on the other chart the equivalent location, and that's how you'll see the power of this. So Solana right now is trading about 229, 230 today. It's October 3rd, 2025. So check this out. On the daily view, this was back here on January 19th. We had a top, we had a diamond, we got a downturn, but this is what I wanted to show you. We had the red cloud formation, the downtrend, and again, we're looking at this in two different scenarios, right? So you start getting some level 1 diamonds down here, which is okay. So you ask yourself, should you scale in there? And typically we would look at the standard deviation, and that doesn't represent now is the time. Plus, you don't really see any orange or red down here in the hot sensors, so you can probably let that go. But check this out. On the weekly view, we start getting this cluster of level 2s on a weekly view. So weekly view, obviously much longer time frame, more powerful signal. So when we see this cluster of level 2s, and you can see where that is on the other chart, right here basically would be in the middle of that cluster. And this thing was $127. Now you do have a little orange sliver here on the medium hot sensor on the daily view. But let's just say you want to go to the bottom right here. Now, what you'll notice is we're still in the cluster of dark green diamonds on the right on the weekly view. We got some orange over here on the daily, which is interesting. We're getting a crossover right here on the daily, right when that uptrend started. You can see it on the weekly where it is corresponding. But look here, when that happens, exactly what you want to see. The standard deviation methodologies are in the extremes. Orange is up there with it. Blue is coming. So looking at a daily, which is what we typically use, that's what we generally use to make our decisions. But looking at this on a weekly, identifying that location on the daily, and if it makes sense, I mean, that's like a triple confirmation. And I'll be honest, that's very strong. And then you can see what happened after that and where we are today. So that was about 127, maybe even a little bit less. You see that last level 2 on the weekly is right where I am on the daily, and that was basically 108. And now we're sitting at 230 today. And we have no diamonds up here on the weekly view, which is generally, we start seeing a bunch of dark red diamonds on the weekly. That means long term, it's probably on the way down. We might be reaching a peak in the cycle. So that's what we're going to be looking for. Now, daily, you're going to have probably more diamonds, but along the way, especially in uptrends where you have a lot of price action. So you might get your signals on your daily should be more frequent. But you can see we haven't even had on the daily for Solana, we don't even have a red diamond, where we've actually had one on the weekly, which is funny because look at this, that little dip you saw right there on the daily. equated to the red diamond on the weekly. So that's how you can use this system, and we're going to be presenting more of these videos in the future, because I think this is going to be extremely helpful, especially when we're in uptrends trying to identify the tops. And again, we're going to be using the hot sensors and the standard deviation on both. Not so much worried about the standard deviation on the weekly, just because you're gonna, if you wait for the weekly, you're gonna be either missing an opportunity to get in or missing the opportunity to get out at the right time. So we'll still make our decisions based on the daily, but that weekly can certainly help confirm what we're trying to do here. So we'll take this back to our basic view, which is what you generally see. And again, you can see there's those three diamonds we saw back there in January, February, and then March on the daily. And we've also identified, I think we shared this earlier, but for Solana, we've identified some opportunity zones for potentially scaling out on the upside and getting back in on the downside. On that upside, we're looking at roughly 250 to 255. That's where there seems to be some leverage there. So they might, you might see that get knocked out. So we'll see. But I wanted everyone to see that. If you have any tokens you want us to put through either view, just let us know. Put them in the comments. We'll try to make a video. But most likely we'll be sharing both views going forward. Tonight we did mention we were going to do the crypto rapid fire, but we already kind of scanned through all the cryptos tonight. There's not really anything too interesting to share with the community that we didn't share in the last rapid fire, so we're going to bypass that tonight. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you like what's coming. If you like technical analysis, crypto, stocks, check out our videos. The value should be there, speak for itself. Like, share, subscribe, help out the channel. We appreciate you, love you. Have a good night, and we will see you on Saturday.